Hi Leos, welcome to your October 2017 readings. I apologize for being late. It's just a lot of chaos going on, and I believe in energy where I like to get my energies correct before I do this kind of stuff. I do have a Virgo rising, so Virgos are highly sensitive towards energy, and it's just they kind of need time to meditate and clear themselves out. And I'm a Sag Sun, and with Saturn in my sign, and it's like the final countdown of Saturn, where so it's like plowing stuff on you, pretty much, like to see if you've actually learned. All sorts of things started coming up that you might have thought you dealt with, but you didn't. Universe is all like, you thought you passed? Really? No, you didn't. You got to redo it again. Or it's hilarious. Sometimes in life there's irony, right? So there won't be mid-months. Obviously, this is coming out in mid-month. I'm making some changes. Trying to get a job that's 4 days a week to give me extra time to do these. It'll be longer hours during the week for me, but I'll have more days off. And I do study, so I need time for my studies as well. All right, so the first card, one fell out. It's the Nine of Wands. And Leos, you guys have been going through a lot too. And it's you kind of got a lot of options, Leos. And you guys know this, okay? And I feel like you guys are getting a little frustrated with other people, but it's really not with other people, it's with yourself. And it's because of all of these options that you have. And it's kind of like overwhelming you a little bit. It may be for some of you guys. It's change. And Leo, you are fixed, right? Like, I got a Leo moon. I got Aquarius in me too. So I have fixed energy. And fixed energy, it can be quite hard for change, right? The next card we have is the Two of Pentacles, or Two of Wands. I always say that card's Pentacles, and the Pentacle one Wands. I don't know why. The next card we have is the Three of Swords. Oh, Leos. We have the Nine of Swords. We have the Four of Chalices. We have the Two of Cups. We have the Sun card. Yay, Leos, this is your card. All right, this is saying basically, you guys, it's like I was saying, you have a lot of options and you're not looking at these options in the correct manner. It's like you're almost looking at these opportunities and options for change as a negative instead of a positive. Okay, Leos, I say this quite often. Leos are King Arthur and Aquarius is Merlin. It's your partner sign. You guys have missions in life, okay? Leos handle the earthly matter, okay? And you have a pure heart, okay? Only King Arthur could pull that sword out, right? You guys are the knights. Knights are noble, right? Merlin, being Aquarius, sees what's hidden, right? Aquarius is future. So, like, they get messages, and they kind of, like, you need your... Every now and then you'll meet up. You might not even know that the person is an Aquarius. They could just have Aquarius hidden somewhere in their chart. They might not be their sun sign, their moon sign, or their rising sign. For my sister, she's a Leo sun, and I have Mars Venus Aquarius, and my Leo moon sits in Aquarius. But with my sister, my Sag leaves, and pretty much my Leo doesn't come out either. It's just Aquarius. So sometimes me and my sister butt heads. But me and my sister, quite often, we provide clarity for each other regardless of our little... We're both fixed, so sometimes we have the same idea but in two different perspectives. And when we meet up, her perspective helps me understand things and my perspective helps her understand things. All right, Leos, you're leaders, so it's like these changes that are happening, you need to allow it, Leo. Okay, you need to understand, as a Leo, you're a leader. you can't hide that, all right? Because some of you guys are just all this change and all these options. You guys have quests. Oh man, it's so hard to be a Leo. It really is. Uh, you have quests and you can't hide from those quests. A Leo's life is not easy, nor is an Aquarius's life, all right? Because you basically have people to save, like people to lead, you know? Like you can't hide from your purpose. That's your purpose, okay? Interesting. With the sun card I'm getting, some of you guys and this is interesting. I've observed this with my sister. She's a Leo sun. They naturally have if you watch Leos when they're around animals, animals naturally obey them. Like naturally. They quite eat like they're very attentive towards a Leo. Uh, and it's almost like for some of you guys, okay, like career wise, I'm seeing actual dog trainers, dog behavioral trainers, uh, or just a dog trainer. You might want to look into getting certified and doing, you can do this from your home. Like you can have like a dog daycare or something like that at your home where you do behavioral training for the dogs. I just got that from the Sun card. As I deal with energies, and the cards are tools for me to harness in on a vibration. So I understand that might be a little weird. I do have that Aquarius in me, so it just, I can't help it. Uh, but for somebody out there, I'm seeing it could even be horses, like, because like I was saying, Leos, you have a natural, like, animals just have a natural tendency to, like, come to you and, like, listen, like, follow you. Like, you can see, with animals, you can actually see, uh, the purpose that you have. Like, if you notice, these animals will naturally, like, allow you to lead. They listen to you, they bow to you, you know what I mean? They tend to come to you guys. Uh, that's your natural ability to lead is showing through the animal. Like that okay, but your gift is so much more expansive than that. All right? Like that's just I'm just generalizing there. I'm just showing you a small example of what your gift has. Uh, and you can test this theory out yourself. You can go near animals and you will notice other people. If you, the dog will probably be more towards you, like, or listen to you, what you tell it to do. The next card we have is the Knight of Chalices. And we have the Two of Swords. Okay, Leo, the Two of Swords card is based on, and this is what's happening at home, all right? We have the Nine of Cups underneath here. Uh, so that is a warning of ensuring that you're not being smug or gloating too much about yourself, right? Like, it's okay to toot your own horn, but if you're having problems at work, it may be due to being smug, like, you know? Like, so you got to be humble. And here's the thing, Leos, okay, like, I'm not everybody, that happens to everybody, okay? I'm not here to judge anybody. Uh, we're all learning in life. It's a human experience, you know? And as a Leo, you have to learn to control your power. Like the younger you are, the more lessons you're going to learn. As you get older, you learn to harness your energy a lot better. You learn to use its gifts, right? And you guys have a lot of influence on people. But I feel like, okay, because the cards that I have for work are the Two of Wands, the Four of Cups, and then the Knave of Chalices. And I feel like when I looked at those cards and then I noticed this card, I feel like any problems you're having is due to, because if you look, it's due to your communication skills. Your communication skills need to, okay, as a leader, a proper leader always, they do not take the limelight for themselves. They understand that it's a team effort, right? Um, there's no I in team. You know what I mean? Like, so this is like, the communication skills, okay, you might be coming off too abrasive at work, and you need to be more emotional, it's saying. So you need to understand people's emotions, Okay, Leos, you might be getting a lot of people that are annoying you and asking you a lot of questions, and it's making you dissatisfied, okay? But you have to understand that when people are coming to you and asking you questions, if they're asking the same question over and over again, it's because they must they have some sort of fear in them, and they're coming to you again because you're a leader and they need you to clarify things, okay? So you're going to get more people doing this to you than other zodiac signs are, because of the fear that they have in them. And you're a Leo, you naturally lead. It's like the dog. They people will obey, okay? But it's the way you say things. All right. If you're coming off too abrasive and too harsh, then people are going to be fearful of coming towards you. Uh, Also, your bosses are going to notice that like you don't want people complaining about your. It is verbal, you guys. At work, it's verbal. Okay. And here's the thing, Leos, when work's not going well for you guys, you and Capricorn have this in common. It's you and Capricorn that have this in common. When work is not going well, whatever is happening at work carries over to your home and in your relationships with your family members, your friends. That all carries over from your work. Like Leos take their work very seriously. You're a knight. You're King Arthur. You're noble. All right. Not everybody has the same standards as you, Leo. Okay, it's honestly saying you need to be compassionate towards others, and you need to understand the power that you actually have, and you need to use this wield up. Because what's interesting too in this cup and this card, it is the Knave of Chalices. Okay, but if you look, he has a sword. All right. So it's about your communication, because Leos, you have great power. When you speak, people listen. So that means, like, when you're speaking, you have the power to make people really dissatisfied, or you have the power to help them move forward. Okay, it's saying there's a sense here of Leos. Okay, it is. I'm feeling like it is all the change that's happening, and with the North Node and South Node shift. Okay, this is very hard on Aquariuses and Leos. It's your time, right? It is your time. Or you can't be scared of that. You have to embrace it. It is who you are. The universe is going to push you into positions to lead, to use your gift. And you can't fear that. You have to embrace it. Okay. And that requires change. That requires you to adapt. It may require you to go to a new environment, and you can't fight that. You can't fight that, Leos. Okay, you might be comfortable where you are, but you know deep down, okay, you're dissatisfied at work. So it may be time for you to shift jobs. It may be time for you to get a new career in a new industry, try something different, and something you love that you're really passionate about. Okay, because you do have the sun and the Knave of Chalices, which is your emotion. Okay, some of you guys are writers, and Leos are very strong. You got good communication skills. I know what they say Gemini is really good with communication, but I find Leos come off like Geminis. They're very good and very intelligent. Leos are very intelligent. Um, you may be a writer. Some of you, I am seeing animals though. Maybe you're like a horse whisperer or something. I don't know. But I am seeing dog training for some reason. Okay, these cards are based on Greek mythology. With the Two of Swords here. Okay, this is talking about, if you see it's two trees. Hopefully nobody gets offended by that. One's male, one's female. Okay. Um, okay, it seems like Leo. Okay, I'm like, I don't want to offend anybody, but it is okay, Leo. It was like I was saying, your work is affecting your relationship in your home, and if you're miserable from work, then you're taking that out on people. It is saying that you're taking that out on people. You're lashing out with the sword, and when a Leo gets upset, okay, you can really hurt somebody. I'm not gonna lie, with your words. Uh, your words are extremely important. Okay, if you're stressed about things, okay, your family's there to help you. You have friends there to help you, but you have to explain to them what the situation is. You can't take your frustration out on them. Like, I feel like your work is interfering with your relationship. And I feel like in your relationship, you're taking your frustration out on your partner, and it may cause, it's causing difficulties. We have the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords doesn't mean a breakup. It doesn't mean a separation all the time. You know what I mean? Like, you could be separated from distance. Your partner could live at a distance. But with the Two of Swords there, that is Greek. In the mythology story, it's like one tree split into two. So it's like every tree has another tree. It's split into two. It's kind of like that whole uh, Greek mythology story about how we were all one and separated. You know, it's the same concept with the Two of Swords here. Okay, so if you are in a relationship, well, it's and you guys want to split, it's saying you need to work through your problems. Okay, and you need to see things from a different perspective, and you need to understand that both parties uh, play into that relationship. It's not just one person causing the problems. All right, they may have started it, or you could have started it, but both people are feeding into it. Like both people have a part in it. You can't just point your finger and blame. Okay, it's like those people who blame their parents for their situation. All right, you choose whether or not that becomes a difficulty, a negative or a positive in your life. You can use it to push you forward, or you can use it. Your parents only do as best as they can. They don't know any better. You know what I mean? Like, but with the Three of Swords, my concern is your tongue lashing out at your partner, and you're causing them severe your partner seems a little distressed. I'm not even like, okay, if you're concerned about your partner cheating, here's the thing, Leo. Okay, if you like, cheating is not as simple as people think, that somebody's just a douchebag for cheating. It doesn't work like that. Okay, I went over this in Aries reading too. This is weird. Cheating usually happens because both parties have a play in it. It's not done intentionally. You know what I mean? We're humans. In some cases, some people work so often, or they give their partner the silent treatment or mistreat them because they're trying to get their way, what they want, and they don't realize you're doing the complete opposite in that manner. You're pushing your partner. Uh, they're human and they need emotions, okay, and if they're not receiving emotions or emotional validation, which means you're not respecting what they say or how they feel, or they're not doing this to you, it goes vice versa, right? Then that's going to cause the person to seek emotional validation from somebody else. Okay, so if you're posting on Facebook stuff and then your partner sees it and your partner's hurt by it, all right, like because you that it may be a form of you expressing yourself or whatever, but your partner is keeping a close eye on you and sees all of it, and it's kind of like your partner feels like they're being put down by some of the things that you're, it's either saying or showing them. Okay, and your partnership, what you need to focus on is your partnership. You need to understand, with you have the Two of Cups here and you have the Two of Swords here. This basically means like you found the one. Like for some of you guys, I'm talking about the ones that are in relationships or dating. You found the one, all right? And communicate. You got swords and you got water here. So I mean, that's quite opposite. You know what I mean? One's emotions are not being validated, and the other one is more concerned about mental matters. All right? Until the emotional matters get tended to, then the mental clarity is not going to come. Whether that's you, like you might need to sit down if this is you, that they're not validating your emotions. Well, you need to explain that to them, and you need to you there's no easy way out of this, Leo. All right, this is like realizing what part you played and what part they played. All right, because most partners that end up cheating, I'm not saying, okay, don't take this as they're cheating. I'm just saying most partners that cheat don't want to cheat. Okay, they don't want to. They're human and they have needs and wants. Okay, they don't want to leave because they love you and they're hoping that things are going to get better, but it's a matter of effort, right? If things can change, it's like you may need some counseling. relationship counseling. It could just be as simple as uh, you need to move, Leo, and surround yourself in a more positive environment. These, you got to take what resonates with you, okay? The messages that I get may not resonate with everybody. If it resonates with you, you know, hopefully it helped you. Um, Almost like you guys have a fear of change here, all right? And you have a fear of like seeing things differently. For some of you, this is like a child got married and like this is making you really sad and happy at the same time. Sad because your child is, if you're the mother or the father, then you're no longer number one. That spouse comes first. And I think that's what's making you sad, or it's just a simple fact of your child's growing up. I'm going to start crying here because, oh my goodness. One of my aunts, my favorite, I have two favorite aunts, and it's interesting. I was thinking about this yesterday. One is a Leo, and the other one is an Aquarius. Those are my two, I shouldn't say favorites, but, I'm not going to lie. Those were my two favorite aunts. Uh, you have the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and then the Four of Pentacles. Again, at home is talking about dissatisfaction. This is holding on to things that no longer serve you. You gotta let it go, Leo. All right, like the universe is gonna force you whether you want to or not. Like it could, like it's not an easy time for Leos right now. Like, but Leos, we can make it easier by allowing things to happen and not force it to stop. You know what I mean? We can make things better by realizing what part we play and heal it from within ourselves, right? Because there may be a sense here of, okay, your parents argued all the time, so you argue all the time. You've picked up this habit, all right? There's some sort of habit you picked up from your parents that you are now doing, and you need to okay, so if you recognize something in your mother or your father that you don't like, you need to look in the mirror and see if that you have that quality yourself, because you've picked up a pattern from your parents. This is just natural. We all do it. Okay, we mimic our parents. It's what we know. It's the only thing we know. Um, Things aren't going to change just on their own. You have to create that change. It could be just an environment. For some of you singles, this is talking about you can meet somebody when you move. In relationships come in all forms: family members, spouses, siblings, children, friends, coworkers. Okay, the message that it's saying not to do, I pulled the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is quick, fast moving. He's very fiery, very passionate. And it's saying in your relationships, you can't do that. It's saying that in your relationships, you need to be more emotional. You need to understand where people are coming from, and you need to understand, okay, Leos, everybody's going through something. Okay, and right now, I can guarantee you with, you know, Scorpio, Jupiter just moved into Scorpio, especially for, I'm even going to put Pisces in this category. Uh, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Pisces, if you have Pisces in your chart, this is affecting you in a deep way. In This also means that, okay, people's emotions are going to be triggered here, and they're going to have to see their emotions, whether, like, every zodiac sign, okay, every zodiac sign is going to have to see their emotions whether they want to or not. It's Scorpio, and it's Sagittarius. So, because Jupiter is Sagittarius and Pisces, that is Pisces. They're co-ruled with Jupiter. Anything that is hidden, Scorpio knows what's hidden, anything that is not true, Sag knows that. Scorpios and Sages are very similar, but very different. It is very hard for a Scorpio and a Sag to come together. It's not an energy that they can maintain together. They each have their own purpose. If people don't want to face, it doesn't matter what people want, really. The universe is going to show it to you. It's better that you do it yourself rather than have it the universe throw it in your face, because that's when the Tower comes in and things become difficult. We don't want to see that, Leos. Okay, Leos are going through enough as is. We don't need things more difficult. We need things simple. We need to simplify things. And it starts with self. It really does start with self. What I'm confused about is the Queen of Pentacles, because it's saying this is what not to do. And I'm a little confused by that. That's interesting. So I pulled 2 more cards because I wanted to clarify that. And we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. And if you look in the card, the Ace of Wands, you see the big head here. And then the Wizard, it's like Merlin. Alright? You guys have magic in you too, you know. But what it's saying here, Leo, is not to be concerned about being number one. Okay? Because the Queen of Pentacles, she is concerned about earthly matters. Like, this is on her positive. She's very good. Her negative aspects, and this is what it's saying not to do, is concerned about fame and fortune. Her negative aspect is money. It is finances. Her negative aspect is she will do underhanded things to get her money and her finances. All right. So it's like manipulation. None of that can happen at work. You need to be straightforward. It could be coming towards you. Other people could be doing this towards you. And you need to be emotionally balanced. You need to understand. I think you guys are going to be very it is all money here, you guys. It's talking about money. So this is saying that your concerns at work, if you're making a shift or whatever, it can't be due to money. It's not about being top dog here. I just said the dog's still coming through. I don't know why. A dog trainer. It's basically saying what's going to improve your work method or get you more noticed or get you a promotion is the team effort. It's not taking the glory for yourself. All right. You see how she's looking at that ring, and it's like, it's like Lord of the Rings. It's a heavy burden for, what was his name, Frodo, to carry that ring. It was a heavy burden for him to carry it. All right. And when he put it on, he could. Dark forces were at play and trying to take him over. Okay. So this is what I'm getting with finances here. If your only concern is being top dog, okay, that's like the ring. That's like you putting that ring on. If you're more concerned about finances than the people, the concern of the people, it's like putting that ring on, because money will rule you. It will be the deciding factor of what you do and who you hang out with, who you associate yourself with. The lifestyle you live will be ruled by finances, and that's not happiness. Happiness is your emotions, Leo. Happiness is just being able to lead, um, because that's your gift, not because it's something that you want people to see you as. You have to be very attentive, not only to other people's emotions, but to your emotions. So if you're about to do something and you feel like, oh, I don't know, then respect that, okay? Because I feel like if you're having problems with your bosses, it's because they're seeing you as being quite demanding. And if a Leo's getting demanding, that means that there's some things that are going on in their life, and you guys are blocking the feelings of it out. And you're using what you can't control in your home life or in some other aspect, and you're going to take control in an area where you do have control over. and you're going to be quite sharp with your communication in that area. Talking about a journey here. It is talking about a quest. Okay, and in order to do a quest, you have to take an adventure, Leos. You have to try new things. King Arthur, he had to learn how to wield that sword. If you're dissatisfied at work and you have a decision to change, then you might need that, Leos. Like, you got destiny at play here. You can't avoid it. Okay? You really can't. You need mental clarity. All right, you got a lot of different options. You got a lot of things coming at you, and it's understandable why you guys are feeling the way you are. But my concern here is your emotions are really off balance here, and my concern is that I don't want you taking your frustration out on the people that care about you most. All right, and people that don't know astrology, they don't know what you guys are going through. They don't know. You guys feel like you have a lot of pressure on you. Like, I really feel that. You feel like you have a lot of pressure on you, like the weight of the world's on you, like in your situation or whatever. You might have to change some friends. You might have some people that are very gossipy around you, like, and that's negative. That's affecting you. You need to remove yourself from toxic situations. And with a Leo, they get attached, all right? People that you have in your life become part of your playing, like, and a Leo doesn't give up on those people. They don't. Okay. But if these people are causing you mental anxiety, if these people are saying negative things towards you that are making you question yourself, these people are the ones you need to remove yourself from. You should never question your abilities, Leo. Okay. Like, there's a purity to your heart. Nobody else has that purity. Like, you spark things in people. Like, and I pulled the judgment card, and that's interesting because judgment is it is Sag Scorpio. It's the gateway. It's the dark night of the soul process. You get judged when you go into the dark night of the soul. You must come out purified. It's the phoenix rising from the ashes. So there's some sort of purification happening with you right now, which means you have to really follow your soul, your emotions, your purpose, what it is you feel that you're drawn towards. You have to follow that. Okay. If you want to get out of this dark night of the soul, then you have to follow your true your your true gut feeling and your intentions, your wants, your needs. You got to follow that. It's interesting because, okay, Leos, I'm not gonna lie, you and Aquarius are gonna be forced out in the world because this is the dark night of the soul for people. All right, and only a Leo and Aquarius can send them back. All right, if people try to get out, Leo and Aquarius have to run out there, and you got people to save. All right, it's pretty much like that. A Scorpio and a Sag. Scorpio and Sag have a gate to keep. They keep people in the gate, in the dark night of the soul. A Scorpio is the one who activates it. They sting you, right? And they put you into it. And then a Sag is the one that will shoot you out. This is not by choice. The universe will allow them to do this. And it goes to Capricorn, all right? If you survive the dark night of the soul, well, then you don't go to Capricorn and you go to Aquarius. Aquarius is the universe, all right? If And I know that sounds weird with this, but if you actually do research on Scorpio and Sag, you will see that there's a vortex that's in between them. All right, a galaxy that's in between them, and the tail of Scorpio points towards this, where you go in it, and then Sag comes out with the arrow and it points outwards, so they get shot out, and then they Sag's and Scorpio's job is to pretty much they're tools to the universe, just like a Leo is. You got to go out there and you got to You gotta make things right, Leo, for people. It's a hard job, but it's only a Leo can do it because a Leo is not going to take down the wrong person. They got a pure heart. They know they can sense noble in somebody, right? And only a Scorpio has the ability uh, to be in the underworld and come back out. They're the phoenix. There's some sort of transformation you have to have here. You got to transform. It's morphing time, you guys. You got missions. You can't avoid these missions, Leo. I know that might sound weird. Yeah. This is the four of swords. Your reading is a bit longer because I didn't get to attend to you guys. The Four of Swords is about magic, but it's resting to recuperate your magic. All right. King Arthur always had to sit down at the round table. He had to communicate with his other fellow buddies, and they all had a say in the matter. And then Leo would take the information and then go carry it out to the people. You need time to gather information. Don't rush the process, Leos. Don't put so much pressure on yourselves either. You guys are putting more pressure on yourselves than need be, all right? You're allowed to be indecisive, Leos, okay? Don't start negative talking to yourself because you can't decide something. If you can't decide, then it's not time yet. Don't rush it. You haven't seen all the angles or the different possibilities, all right? Don't put this pressure on yourself. All right, you guys, hopefully that helped you out. I am feeling like you guys are there's this things are going to work out. Everything's going to be okay, Leos. All right, whatever your change is not easy. It's very frustrating. Change. It's not something that you can avoid, but change is necessary. That's a good thing. You're going to see that it's a good thing. You're going to end up in a completely different position a year down the road.